Oh my goodness. Are we really doing it?
This is
I've
Bro, I
only
like the
been
mango
gone for how
backdrop.
many years, dude?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I used to be the mango houser. I would always house mango. It was always good times.
I love your house. This isn't working. Hold on.
Fuck, dude.
It worked for a sec? Yeah, Twitch Discovery blows.
Why is that?
Dude,
You
don't
got
you
rating. Like, rating's cool.
Twitch doesn't know. Twitch doesn't know anything about any users. Dude, people think Twitch has data. We don't know shit about any account. You know that, right?
I know that. Well,
Twitch,
who's
yeah,
we?
TikTok knows, like, isn't that the thing about TikTok? TikTok, like, knows people. Like, it has your phone and it, like, knows what you like and shit.
And fucking
Twitch
sends it to,
knows
like, the
shit,
Chinese
dude.
government or whatever, too. Yeah, Twitch doesn't know shit.
People
I
on
did it.
Twitch- Hype.
Fuck
What's
yeah.
up?
Mango Pals, baby.
Let's
Mango.
fucking go.
Best.
Oh, I can't. Fuck the best buzz. That's right. I see you're chatting now.
But Toph did make his money back. Did you hear?
I did. I
happened?
fucking I bought because people were popping up about GameStop stock today, so I was like, all right, fuck it. I put a little money in GameStop. I made $500 back in like 10 minutes.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Why didn't I
Isn't
do
that
that?
crazy? I know. Why didn't I do that?
Why
I
didn't we
heard
do
about.
that, Scar?
I heard about GameStop going up like 2 days ago.
So I'm not mad
so,
anymore. I've completely forgiven Bobby.
And I'm happy
I got
for
my
you,
money
Joe.
back. Thank you.
You know.
Dude, it actually made me fucking feel like what the fuck is money? I felt like money's a fucking sham. I was like, I just clicked some buttons in my fucking Robin tab. I made fucking $500 in 10 minutes.
That's what as I get older, I learn money is just a scam. Somehow
It's
just,
like a game, dude.
yeah.
There's like weird rules.
Yeah.
It's not as crazy as Mario Party, but
That game's got some weird rules. Man. Yeah,
you know, I
you
rewatched that clip a lot of times, Toph.
I rewatched it 0
So
times.
good.
I
I rewatched
rewatched
that
it 0
clip a lot of
times.
times. You know, my favorite part is when the 7 stars one by one just go.
You don't have. It's crazy. You're reminding me because you don't really have to. We can just. You don't have time. We can just move
Hey,
on.
you know what though? Mango did upload. You uploaded to your channel a VOD of that.
Hey, I
and
will
at the very
say-
beginning. At the very beginning, I said like that I would feel like shit if I won undeservedly. And that's what I did. And
what
I'm
I'm
popping off. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
That's okay. So that I wanted to say
I was
that's the one
exposed.
thing I'm mad about, or I was mad about. I'm not mad about anymore. But I wasn't mad at Nintendo because I was like, I know Mario Party it's got a lot of luck-based bullshit, but I was mad at you for popping off that hard because I was like, wait, he said
Popped
he
off
wouldn't
so
feel
hard,
good winning
dude.
that way, and then you did feel good winning that way.
Popped off so hard.
It just feels so good when it happens. When it happens to you, it's the worst feeling in the world. But you're the one doing it, you feel so good.
I will say, Mango, I saw Bobby he tweeted your message you sent him where it was like, this is the play, we got to run this, use the sluggish, blah, blah, blah. And I actually felt a little better when he posted that because then I was kind of like, well, it was kind of planned. Like, okay, it
What's
wasn't
that?
complete bullshit. Like, Mango actually, like, kind of planned for it.
You want to hear the best part?
Hey, me.
So I said we got to go chance time. It's our only chance. Scar goes, okay, ... Okay. What is chance time and how do we get it?
Well, Bobby didn't fucking know what a sluggish mushroom was, whatever, so.
I'm pretty sure I bought the sluggish though, so I did
Good
something.
shit, good shit. Who did the fucking roll again? Was it Mango?
Mango.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
I
hoping
had
it
a
was.
whole theory about it.
It would have been good if it was Bobby, because Bobby might have fucked up the timing on the thing, and he might have got like 4 or 6 or something. But you're too much of a veteran.
What is up with it? Welcome back, finally, to Mango and Pals, aka the Scar and Toph Show featuring Mango, aka the Toph and Scar Show featuring Mango, aka
That's it.
the ultimate throwback.
Fuck
My
that.
goodness, it's been a long time, my friends.
What was the last one?
Ooh, the last one was Reed's.
That's
Had
a
to
real
have been.
question.
Reed's the worst episode of all time featuring Mango.
Yeah.
I was robbed. I was done dirty. No one ever uses me right. I'm like the
Why
most
were you
wasted
done
person
dirty
in the world.
though?
Because you guys were like still learning, so I feel like the episode wasn't as good.
Oh, because it was so
True,
early. It was
true,
so
we
early.
You guys were
yeah,
early.
sure,
That's like your what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brought you on too early. Sorry, Mango.
When COVID's
Well,
over.
we're gonna use you.
I'm used to being shafted by the melee community. It's okay.
How can we use you perfectly? Because that's my ultimate goal.
When we're doing it right now.
I do have questions for you, Mango.
What's
I'm
up?
excited for this episode.
Do you have questions lined up? Do we have topics?
You know, I always have questions
Mhm.
lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Except when you came for my birthday last year, I had nothing to say. I was in a slightly altered state of mind. We're not going to get into it, but I was in a dark place 1 year ago.
Actually,
On
yo,
my birthday.
speaking of
I had the
birthdays
worst
though,
hangover.
speaking of, and that shit was hype at Buddha Bar. I'm so glad I came out.
Oh, you did come
That
last
shit
minute.
was hype.
Yeah,
that shit
that's
was
right.
fun as fuck. That
It
shit
was
was
just
fun
the
as
three of
fuck.
us, dude.
Yeah, and you
I
went with
remember
Bobby.
that,
You
yeah.
stayed at Bobby's place that night. We got pizza though. Pizza.
Mango picked me up. I was with one of my homies. I was in a bad spot. Mango picked me up. We had a big hug. Went to Buddha Bar. We barely got food.
We were talking
Yeah,
about
you
some
were
real
drunk.
shit that night.
What we were gonna do when the apocalypse.
We were
happens.
talking about we were talking about the concept of if every other motherfucker in this bar suddenly turns on us and wants to fight us, like how we three would just have each other's backs.
We're going, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
And if other melee heads were in the bar, that's the tribe,
We're a
dude.
family. It's a tribe.
The melee heads are just gonna.
Damn, we were talking
We're just
about
gonna
some
take
shit.
them on.
Bro, I remember too. That was like that was when Zane was first on the map because I remember Mang was talking about he was running by. He was like Jason down here, Zane up here. I remember that. That was like
It was
2019,
it was
2018.
legendary.
True.
It was legendary.
Because that was the night where Mango said there's more melee to be played, and that was the night where Mango said
Everything
you know what,
before
Zane
2020 doesn't count.
said Zane's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you right now.
I knew that kid was gonna be a problem.
Zane's gonna be a problem. I remember your exact words.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a
it's
problem.
gonna be a problem. Dude, but
Talking
you're
about
still
Armada
fucking.
leaving.
Well, I said this I said this earlier, but fucking. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day because I was like, fuck, dude, Zane, like, yeah, he's so fucking good, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Mango's still fucking neck and neck, let alone fucking beating that guy. I'm like, what the, like, how is Mango still so fucking good? And it actually, like, I don't know, I just kind of, like, had this, like,
That's
mind
topic
blown
number
moment.
one.
That's topic
That's
number
topic
one.
number
How's
one. We
Mango
got
so
the
How's
yes.
Mango do it? How do you do
Are
it?
you asking me?
Kinda.
So I think if we want to go way back, not to name names or not to point out players who are currently sucking fat nuts, but I think they got used to a certain style. And if you go back a few years, the style was very defensive. So I have a theory that, like, hold on.
This is what I want to hear. I want to hear the theories.
Okay, so back 17, 18, the best players were Armada HBox, and I think it was them, and then a big gap and everyone else, right?
Yeah.
And I think that whatever the top two players are, whatever their style is or their matches are, is what needs to be played to be at the top level for that meta, right? So like Armada and HBox were at the top of their meta, and how was their gameplay? Very non-interactive, very defensive, very. So the example is if you fast forward to right now, the two best players are me and Zane. Fuck Leffen. If you look at the way we play, it's very fast, lots of interactions. We're outplaying, constantly approaching, constantly like going at it. So I think like that trickles down. And if you look at a lot of the play, a lot of it's more, you know, aggressive and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think I was bad during that time because the meta was so defensive that it was just so anti-Mango. But I think now the meta is very aggressive. I think Melee is very fun to watch right now, and like we're very interactive. And I
Well, wait a
think like
minute. But what has changed to allow aggressive play now, where previously it wasn't possible?
I think
What
because so it's funny if you go back 17, 18, if you look at it, there was way more 0 to deaths. So people were more scared of each other. Because we
Okay.
didn't have slide offs, didn't have the omps attacks, didn't have like crazy
Mm.
CC, didn't have counter. People reversal like crazy now. If you hit somebody wrong today, you might die. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is, right? So like I think that makes the game more interesting because now it's not two people afraid of like not wanting to get hit because they're gonna get 0 death. Now it's
It's
two people
interactive again.
two people dancing right next to each other, like trying to get a reversal on each other. Like the game's very reversal based. So you like
Yeah.
can't hit.
So you've
people
got
way too long.
CC. I just learned about ASDI down, so that's been a thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, fucking.
Why is CC so much better than it was 3 years ago? Is my question. I don't think I've
Because,
ever been great at CCing. I think I was good at it like in 2011.
I can
You know,
add
I
in.
would
I
watch
can.
Cancel
I
more.
can throw something in here. I think people do better stuff out of CC. I think it's more intentional.
That too.
I think
And
a
it's
long
like-
time ago, people would mash shit out of it, but now you got like Falcons will crouch and then dash forward, grab you out of it if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like
The
time your
options
move
out of it
wrong.
are crazy, and people are more like deceptive with it. So like back in the day, you can go to like 2016 Mango Armada. Armada's on this side of the stage. Mango's in the middle. I dash dance. Armada holds down,
He's crouching.
For like
and I
2
just
seconds.
stare at him. And like back in the day, it's like people would just like do it. But now people are people won't CC till the last possible second. So it's like they're all trolling along, all happy, and then like last second the sheet goes down to the ground, and this like people are hiding it better, and the people's options on what they do with it is insane. And I think so pretty much like our defense has allowed us. Because now when you approach, you have a backup plan. It's like I could just have like some crazy CC or like a crazy reversal planned up. So like the defense has opened up the way for the offense. Pretty much, which is kind of cool when you think about it.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
and
the
so you
defense
said
has allowed
CC slide off. You said Omsatech. You think there's more Omsateching than there was?
Just like the general idea of like hitting somebody and they're just doing insane shit out of it. Like that wasn't really a thing a few years ago. The only one who really did it was like Armada would like a newbie example is like when Armada would just trade with Peach Nair. But now people are doing that all the time. Like I'll be getting like even like an example, you know, like the like people are getting aerialed now and like shining right away. Like there's more little instances where like that same concept of like a Peach nairing like in Hitstun or Luigi is now being like I'll hit Zane in the air, he'll come down, forward air, grab me, I'm dead. Like more examples like that, and it's just like more people are just like you just can't. Everyone just is insane, pretty much.
People are insane.
TLDR, people are.
I think that concept of like the defense being better makes the offense more viable is really cool. Because now it's like if I go in and I get hit, I'm not gonna die because I still have counterplay. I know what my options are now, so you're down it. But the thing I'm curious about too, though, is you were saying how the meta back then, 2017, was kind of anti-Mango, but I still feel like if you took Mango from today and I sent you in a time machine back to 2017, you'd still beat those guys.
Yeah. Well, because we're just better
You're
now.
just better.
But I do think, and I think I'm the only person who can actually say this, because I'm the only person who has played in every single melee meta. Like, think of it. Cool fact. As of right now, I'm the only person who has beaten Ken and beaten Prime Zane. You know what I mean? Like, I have played against the best from every era, and I'm like the only one who can really say that, right?
Yeah.
I do think the fact that I've played in so many eras, when Mango's like Spirit Soul leaves that era, he did learn a lot. So like, even though I was getting fucked in like a few years ago, I think I took a lot with me and I learned, and overall made me a better player. Because now, like, I can do that stuff because I had to survive. I mean, I wasn't winning as many turns, but I was still getting top 8. Like, even in my worst years, it's not like I was just, getting owned. So I think, like, yeah, you do take a lot with you. And eventually, I think the meta is going to shift back to defensive. It just keeps going in a circle, but every time it comes back, it's way more insane. You know what I mean?
Dude, I totally agree. And for me, the set that really like sealed that, like that locked that in was, and it probably was this way for a lot of people, was when you had to play HBox at Summit this year. And I think for a lot of people, it was like, okay, well, HBox has been slumping, but maybe he's gonna fucking, maybe he's just been sandbagging or whatever the fuck. And when he plays Mango, like, that's gonna be the real test. And then you kind of shat on HBox, and it was kind of like, okay, well then the meta.
It's if you look at what beats HBox and why he could still be like SFAT, it's because like he beats like I saw him beat Aklo, and like all these foxes are playing defensive against him. That's like playing into his strength. This guy got camped for 2 years by Armada, one of the most disciplined players. Like you think you're gonna out camp like Armada? Like you're not gonna do it, bro. Like if you look at the foxes that beat him, they just run at him. And aggression, HBox is really good. Like if you let HBox set up camp and he's jumping around and he feels comfortable, you're not gonna be able to hit him. But if you look at what beats HBox now, is people just run at him and he just can't keep up with all the options.
That's what Azel did. When he lost to Azel just ran at him. Azel didn't give a fuck.
He's not used. He hasn't played enough in the current meta, like, to understand that, like, people run at you now, and you can tell, like, he's just not used to it. Like, and you see him, like, everyone who beats him just runs at him now, because crazy enough, aggression is in. Like, aggression's hot right now. Like, that's how, like, even Zane, like, look at Zane 2 years ago. He's the biggest pussy in the world. Dash dance. But now you look at Zane, he, like, throws some fakes out, like, Hail Marys, like, he'll actually approach. Like, you can't just be defensive anymore. Like, you gotta know how to attack. Which is why I think the game is in a really good spot, and eventually when tournaments come back, I think Melee's gonna be out of this world.
I can't wait. Yeah, dude.
I haven't
Zane's
seen that set. I kind of want to see that.
Mango H-Box. Yeah, it's Mango kind of. I mean, the whole time you're kind of like, oh.
Even Aklo, like, I want to see people running at HBox, see how it works,
Azel.
why it works.
That was Azel, little fucking kid from NorCal, dude. I was like, oh shit, let's go. Yeah, dude. I was thinking of I think that makes a lot of sense. Like HBox, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that he's still entering shit. Like, he literally still enters fucking. It feels like he enters a melee tournament like every week. I'm like, hey, props to you, man. I thought he could cop out, and be like, well, I'm number 1 offline, but it seems like he's down to. I don't know if he's grinding, but he's.
Nobody knows what he's doing, but like I think he's just. I'm gonna be interested to see what happens when like LAN comes back, because right now all the HBox fans are holding on to it's online, whatever.
It's online.
Like a lot of people are holding on to that, but it's like you watch him play and like it's just obvious he's not with the current meta, right? Like he still doesn't even like tech chase rest. Like he's just like he's always been a sloppy player, and now in a world where like we live in a grinders era, right? Like none of that shit don't exist. Where like HBox beat me at a summit where literally I warmed up for 6 hours, and right before our set I saw him eating a fucking slice of pizza, and I'm like, and he fucked me up. He didn't even practice. I was like playing for 4 hours. I saw this motherfucker eat a slice of pizza and then fuck me up. I was like, that doesn't exist anymore. Like, you gotta grind. Even like when I came back, I was playing Valorant for a while. I came back and like I was losing to Cody in friendlies, like losing to Zane. Like I was like, these kids are crazy. Like I actually have to. Yeah,
just because you didn't have the polish, you just weren't. You weren't warmed up.
You have to be so crispy clean in today's game. Every little thing you do just might be the last thing you do. That suck. It's so nitty gritty now. That's why I think like the grind. You see the people who did well all COVID. It was just the grinders.
Okay, I have a question. This is an important question. Okay, because I really want to know the answer to this question. So whenever anybody learns a new thing, right? Like you'll learn bits and pieces. But it takes a while for anything to like sink in, if you know what I mean, for it to be consistent and a part of your, your game, and it's kind of integrated. Are people at that? How do you get crispness integrated? Like, how do you? What's the regimen, man? How do you get there? How do new players think about getting good? How does a player like Bobby Scar coming back think about being crispy?
Well. You gotta play. I think minimum to be good at melee nowadays. I think you gotta at least play 4 hours a day. I think, like when I'm grinding, if I only play 2 hours, I feel like that's not good enough. I'm like, I need to put in 4 to 6 hours every day.
But how does that make it? What are you doing? You're playing against other top people. You're getting like deliberate ass practice in.
Hold on. You say wait. What was the question again?
Yo,
like, are you playing against other top people? You're
2
practicing specific stuff? You just
repeat
repetition?
I mean, the idea is if you get put in a situation a million times, it just becomes part of your blood. Like the whole game is getting.
That's what yes, you're saying you just put yourself in the situation a million times and you let the options like get into your brain, so you know what's gonna hit you. You know what works. You know what doesn't. You actually just put it into your soul.
Because that's all melee is. Melee is very similar to like.
That's hard, dude. That's crazy.
It reminds me of like it's very like speed running, but when melee there's new little things discovered all the time, and like you just play.
You don't know what route you're gonna have to run.
Exactly. So it's like you just put yourself into the situation a million times, and then you're hoping in tournament when that situation comes up, based on practicing it a million times, you will know what to do in that situation. But the thing is, there's a new situation every half second, so you gotta learn. You're just constantly having to know what to do over and over like this, and that's what makes melee so hard, right? And which is why a lot of people play a long time and it hit walls, because there's just so much to learn, right?
Yeah.
But I do think if you're coming up, this is a really good time to get good. Like the game is crazy, so don't be like discouraged, because Slippy and Rollback and there's so many videos. Scar, remember back in our day, we had to go to Smashboards. And these kids don't know how good they have.
They have no clue.
No clue.
And no one knew what the fuck they were talking about too. Ascar had a gentleman thread. That was the best you had if you were aspiring Falcon.
And I don't even know how to do it anymore. Apparently Wizzy's got a video that's dope.
See?
I saw Chef do gentleman into jab.
Oh, yeah, the double gentleman. That's
gentleman into gentleman into gentleman.
Bobby, I watched a
gentleman into jab. I thought you had to cancel it and hold A while you're canceling it. How do you press A again? I don't understand.
Bobby, I got this. Actually, Mango, I'm gonna say this thing. I kind of want to know what your thoughts are on this because I saw this video. It was like a translated version of something Daigo was saying. You know, because Daigo's like almost 40, right? He's like he's been doing top level Street Fighter since the fucking beginning of time, right? In terms of competitive video games. And basically Daigo was talking about Punk. So you know Punk like fucking, Evo champ, like Punk won like every Street Fighter tournament for like over a year. And Daigo was trying to think about how to beat Punk. And he was saying like at first I was like, okay, I gotta beat this guy. His reactions are fucking nuts. Like he's a fucking young kid. He's got insane execution, insane reactions, blah blah blah. I'm gonna use my experience to beat him. I'm older. I've been doing this for way longer. But then he was like, wait, I'm thinking about this wrong. I'm thinking exactly like a fucking boomer would, like, he didn't say the word boomer, but I'm thinking like the way an old person would think. Like, I can't be a fucking boomer and expect to beat Punk because I'm already copping out at that point. I gotta become Punk. And he was like, I'm not gonna let me being old, like, lock me into a certain mindset. I'm gonna say I can do whatever the fuck reactions Punk thinks he has, like, I'm gonna do that too. Like, I can't be in this mindset where I'm gonna use my experience to beat him because I'm older. Like, I gotta do everything he's doing. And you can't, like, it's like, as soon as you say to yourself, I'm older and more experienced, that's already a cop-out. Like, you gotta actually own up to the fact that, yeah, you gotta do the shit that the young kids are doing.
So you're saying, well, that's why it was fun. We were kind of talking about this yesterday, where, like, my experience that I had from 5 years ago means nothing, like, essentially, because like the kids have their own new experience. Like experience just it happens every day, right?
Right.
So it's like, I think even though I've played longer than like Zane, I think in this current meta we have the same experience because like, you know what I mean? So it's like I can't use my old shit because like there's just so much new shit, right? So like, I don't know. It's interesting when you look at it, but I think at the end of the day you got to keep up with the new kids and like. It doesn't matter if like you've played more or like know more. You just gotta you gotta learn what they're learning, pretty much, right?
Right. I think that's what Daigo was saying. It's like if I think about it, like, well, I've got my old school experience. Like, no, you're already on the back foot. Like, as soon as you say, well, I'm a fucking boomer. These young kids with their reactions. Like, I can't do that. I'm gonna beat them my own way. You got to do what they're doing. I think. But I'm curious what your thoughts are.
See, I've never thought of that like that way.
There you go.
So, like,
there you go.
I know these kids are cracked, and I also got to be cracked. And just because I've played longer.
Come from? Can I ask?
I think that's a Fortnite term. But it's good.
That makes sense.
Sick,
You're
right?
just cracked.
You're cracked out, dude. Yeah.
It's cracked.
Like, imagine
My kid
playing Melee on
called
crack.
my wife cracked one time, but he didn't mean it that way.
Your kid called
He had
Ganondorf a scurvy man.
Scurvy man, dude.
I thought that was really funny.
True.
Called Sophie crack. You know what? Sophie is crack. You tell her I said she's crack.
He was trying to say like you're wrong, like I don't like you, like you're broken, you're cracked, you're cracked.
Donato says some shit.
Yeah, you gotta keep up. What I'm hearing is you just have to, right? You have to be able to swim in the waters the way that when in Rome, dude.
Because Bobby, sometimes when I talk to you, like, I feel like you impose this limit on yourself almost, where you kind of say to yourself,
absolutely,
like, I've got a kid, I've got stuff to do, like, I'm older now.
Biggest pre-genre in the league.
And
so that's my next topic, actually.
I think you've got to not say that shit.
That's my next topic.
At least when I sit down, I will say, like, and I don't have the right to say this because I'm not on Mango's level, but when I sit down, at least when I play Slippy or when I practice, like, I don't think of myself as like, well, I'm older, my tech skill's not as good. I try to do the fucking best I can. I try to reaction tech chase, like, and you've been doing a little bit of that though. Your Wizzy tech chase, you tech chase the shit out of me, so.
I heard nasty things about that tech chase. Look at that smile.
Bobby's when Bobby says he can do it, he can fucking do it. I just wish he always
after
did
Mario
that.
Party, after Mario Party, because I had like 4
You
beers.
stayed up hella late. I went to bed pretty early.
Mango and I were playing a little bit. When I was like, dude, check this out. I'm like, fucking Wizzy.
Okay.
Pick Fox, I dare you. We went to FD. I down threw him. A wave dashed up. He shined me. I was like, all right, that's all. Wait. Let me grab you again.
Okay.
I grabbed him. I down threw him. I wave dash. Heckin' nice. He shined me again. I was like, fuck, dude.
I promise
Failure.
you get it. As soon as you say I'm a fucking
get it,
old
dude, I'll get
fart
it,
now, it's like it's bad. It's bad. Oh, look at that fucking.
I did. There was one clip versus Oscar where he was up like 3 stocks to 1, and I like took his stock. He's had 2 fresh stocks. So I was like, "Fuck this, dude! I'm winning. I'm coming back." And I evaporated 2 of his stocks.
Winners or losers?
That was in losers
Okay.
versus Fox.
You were looking pretty good in moments.
Yeah.
But okay, this is my next topic, and I did bring it up a little bit with Mango, but I do want to talk about it because I was thinking about it. I lay asleep, or awake in my bed at night, and I think about some of these things. They keep me up at night. I want to talk about love, and I want to talk about hate. I want to talk about war, and I want to talk about peace. Okay, I want to talk about playing someone with the intent to fucking win and not giving a shit how they feel or what the viewers think versus, putting on a little bit of a show.
The middle ground's to just do what I do.
What is the middle ground?
I think you, well, I mean, I feel like you should always play to win, but Melee, like, was
Thank you, Booty Bud.
The thing is, we're the
Chill.
only community who thinks this. Like I know in other communities, you just play to win and no one says, like, you're lame. Like, that is Melee. Like, in Counter-Strike, being lame, you're just sick. Like, if somebody uses the clock, it's like, fucking nice round, dude. Like, we're the only community who's ever been like, don't do that. But I think it's for good reason, and it stems from the fact that we used to play in garage tournaments for, like, first place was $40. So, like, if you're trying your ass off and you're gonna wobble me for, like, $40, like, bro, you're fucking whack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
So,
those
like,
roots.
I think we have roots because we're the only community who will be like, that's lame, that's whack, you're not cool. Like, everybody else just plays to win. It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got over that. I mean, if you look at Melee today,
right?
like, nobody, like, I haven't called anyone lame in a long time. It's just like,
No, you're really good about it. You're really
Yeah,
good
yeah.
about it. I think 2015 Mango or whatever the fuck would probably call Zane lame. But
oh yeah,
yeah.
whack as shit. But
Yeah.
now lame is good. Like, if somebody calls you lame, it means you're probably amazing, right?
yeah.
Like, lame's a compliment. It's like, that guy's so fucking lame, dude. It's like,
That's a compliment.
I couldn't hit him. Like, he was like, it's a compliment. Yeah, it's a compliment.
Means you played good.
Yeah, it means you just did what you had to do to win, and you're mad about it. And the only word you can call him is lame, pretty much. Yeah,
I
I
don't
haven't
have to be
felt.
afraid of that.
So
You can be lame.
What's
Tech
the
chasing-
what's the middle ground?
Well, like, so if you look at me, like, people always think of me as like a flashy player. I don't even think I'm doing that flashy, but I found a middle ground to like be pretty optimal, but also be like a little cool. So like if you watch my play, it's not like I'm wall jumping and approaching nonstop, but like
I think Mango's more
I
than
still
a
like
little
try to throw in little like. There's like you can have like optimal cool, and I'm always trying to find the optimal cool options, I guess, right? Like so Scar, I guess the best way would be like middle ground for you is like you want a Wizzy, right? Because that's optimal.
I do want
So
to.
I think for you could do like 2 tech chases and go for a read instead of like going for 5, you know? And then
cool.
nobody's gonna think 2 check chases into reads lame, right? So it's like you're always finding the middle ground if you actually care about like being cool. But being cool with Melee is dope because the fans will love you and
dope.
sub to you.
Yeah.
and
The fans love cool players. Like that's
it
just
makes
what,
the game more fun.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, you gotta realize, you don't get to play cool if you don't make it far in bracket. Like, the way to think about it. So, Bobby, I'll put it to you like this, because this is super recent. You beat me in bracket, self-admittedly, at the commentator tournament. You said you played lame.
I played with no love for your Fox. I played
How
with-
did? Okay. So you
That's
won.
why I
you
was
won.
thinking
Well,
about it. I was
listen.
thinking about
Okay,
it.
good. No. Good. What did your Twitch chat say when you won? Were they happy for you?
Yeah, they were happy.
There you go. Chad wants to see you win. If they like you, they want to see you win. Also, you play Captain Falcon. Chad doesn't know late
Hey.
Falcon if they fucking try. Chad thinks every Falcon is fucking beautiful anyway. So, like, if you
Can
play
we
Falcon,
take this time to say
I
Falcon
killed
is
the fuck out of Toph, dude. I
Falcon
like
lame as shit. I'm saying it. Falcon is just as lame as everyone else.
but Twitch chat can't tell. So, Bobby,
Well,
you're in
good.
really good spot. Just do whatever you're doing. Cap the fuck out of people. Twitch chat won't
You're
be able to
good.
tell.
You already play Falcon.
You're
so
already
people
playing
already
Falcon.
like you. You're in a good spot. Right now, Falcon players and
Don't
Falcon
worry about
players,
it.
I think are the hotness. Everyone likes
Yeah.
Falcon and Falcon. Like, the general crowd, I think, thinks Falco's really cool, and I think they think Falcon's really cool.
Yeah.
And people are over Fox, I think. Fox players have it hard. But I said this, I was talking to, I think
Leffen
Cody
complained
was
too
like,
much. Leffen complained too much. He fucked us
Leffen
all. He
put
fucked
a
all the
bad
Foxes
name.
over.
but it's also like, so let's think about Falco right now. If I'm not
Right.
playing Falco, Falco's kind of a deadbeat. Probably not even making top 8 at a lot of majors.
Number 2
right?
Falco's Ginger.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Falco's like probably there. Like if Ginger's the main one, right? So essentially, we've had one throughout the time. We've had PPMD, you know, and like me and how do I say it? It's like so. Think about what Armada did for Peach, right?
Mhm.
So like he put Peach on the map, did all that. But if you
Yeah.
think about Fox, we've had like 12 people be that guy. Fox has had so much top player representation. Me,
Oh, wow, yeah.
Armada, Leffen, even
Yeah,
Meech
yeah.
King played Fox. Cody,
PC Chris.
PC Chris, like Plup played Fox pretty good. Like Fox has had so much. So like
Mhm.
people I think are just over Fox because he's just been so developed,
Mhm.
right?
Agreed.
So that's why like, and I think people are hyped about Falcon because Falcon's now getting. If you look at Falcon, I mean Falcon has like probably more of top level.
There's more top
Top
10
level.
Falcons than any other character. There's like
That's
it's
what I'm
like
saying.
Mango Zane tier, IBW, and then suddenly it's None, Wizzy, Johnny in some order. It's like what? Why are they 4 through 6? Like
So, like,
the Falcons are right under you guys. What the fuck did that happen?
Oh, and Vish, don't forget Vish.
And don't
coming in
forget
hot.
Vish. Don't forget Vish.
Like imagine if we had 10 Zanes. Like as of right now, we only have 1 Zane, right? That's why I think the
Yeah.
game still has a long time to go. Like who's been the new like Sheik or like the Sheik version of Zane?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I hope like more of these new school guys come up and like start getting really good. Because I mean, like I think we're due. Oh, you look at Cody came up quick, but we're gonna need another good player in like a year, right? For like storylines.
Hey, you
So,
What do
like,
you think about?
go ahead, Bobby. I got a question
I
for
was
Mango
gonna
when you're
change the
done.
topic. I was gonna change the topic.
Okay, let me say my thing first then, because
You
my
say your
thing's
thing,
kind
I'm
of a
gonna- can I get
continuation.
a White Claw?
Oh, go get it.
get a-
I got a question for Mango actually, because this is something I've always kind of thought about, but I've never really had an answer to. You just said, you know, you're talking about like what Armada did for Peach. How come what Armada did for Peach? I feel like HBox never did that for Puff, and like, why is that? Like, I feel like HBox being #1 for Puff for so long, like, I don't feel like he ever elevated the Puff meta. If that makes any sense.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
he really didn't need to. I mean, he's like very unoptimal, and I think he mastered back air, and I think he has the nasty. When he's in back air mode, that guy's amazing. So he only really pushed one aspect of Puff, and now you're seeing
Okay.
all those years like not practicing and like not really trying to change his game. And you're seeing it's catching up to him. Like it's very apparent that like shit, maybe I should have, you know, actually not been a lazy fuck eating pizza at Summit and trying to be in every skit I can, and maybe I should have practiced like everyone else. And I think ultimately it's just catching up to him. Like a lack of, and you could tell. And it's like, I don't know, he just kind of didn't need to, and like you kind of just see it now. It's apparent now that he's caught. I mean, so I did this the other day. I was bored. I was kind of high, and I was thinking about something. I did this off stream where like I watched an HBox match from like a few weeks ago, and I put it side by side with the 2018. He looks the exact same. People are like, "Oh, I'm like, he's doing the exact same shit that he did 3 years ago. Except guess what? Things change, and you know what? The game gets better. And if you're doing that weak shit from 3 years ago, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
And I swear to God, watch it side by side. It's the same person. He has not implemented anything new.
I got one question.
And now you're seeing it catch up to him.
Because people say, actually, I think you said, and because I'm a big fan of the 6-4 podcast. I watched one of the 6-4 episodes. Good podcast. You
Good
said,
podcast.
it was either you or Zan, or one of y'all said that HBox kind of gives up now. Like, he used to just camp his fucking heart out. Like, he would always be down to fucking camp the shit out of somebody. But now, like, he kind of just, when he's losing, when he's winning, he's good. When he's losing, he just kind of holds forward and just kind of gets hit by shit. Is that?
I think
like,
so. I think somehow, despite I'm not gonna say names, but certain people kind of made they made it seem like Puff was this easy character. And let me tell you something. Puff is not an easy character.
no, Puff is not an easy character.
Puff is not easy because, yeah, technically she's easy, but you got to have massive mental game to play that character. Like, and you see HBox's mental game so whack, and HBox's whole thing when he was good was he had the mental game of like 20 lions combined. Like that guy was just like, let's do this, you know, like, because that's how you have to play Puff. Puff is all mental. You just gotta be like, I'm not approaching, let's do this. I'm down to play a 7-minute game. I'm gonna up throw rescue, pop off, like. he was just a stone cold killer. Because I think that's only way his style works.
Yeah.
Is if he acts like his life is on the line. And when that guy, I've played him when he's good and like when he doesn't want to get hit, you could not hit him back in the day. Now I just run at him and he's just gonna be too slow. But back in the day, like his whole thing was that like he just like I don't know why people like I don't know. I always hated when people said Puff was easy because you have to have such strong mental
like
game to play
one
her.
aspect of her is
Bro,
like,
imagine. Okay, let me paint the picture. You're playing against the Fox. You get lasered 4 times. You get nared back air. Now you're at def %. You got to be like, all right, I'm at def %. Let's play around it. Like shit like that is not easy, you know. And like that's when HBox was at his best. He's like, I'm at def. HBox was always at def %, and he didn't give a fuck. But now he's at def %. He's like, oh, this guy's so good. He holds forward and dies. Just a completely different player.
So that aspect of him has changed, you think? Like he's like worse at camping, so to speak.
I mean, his mental's not there.
Mental's not there.
It's pretty obvious. Like he just gives up.
You think it's
and I think
like deadass? Do you think it's because he's a streamer?
I think, and I say this in the nicest way, I do not think he's talented enough to stream and compete at the same time. And I think that's why I think if he streamed a tournament off stream, I think he would do a lot better.
Dude, okay, so Mango, I don't run this by you. Because I had this thought, I've entered a couple net play tournaments recently, and all of the tournaments I did bad in, and this is something, I know it's not just me, because Connor the kid, he said something really similar. Connor was saying he really likes actually streaming net play tournaments. He wasn't having fun with net play tournaments, but then he started streaming, and he really liked the aspect of like, now it's not just me. It's almost like I know I've got my chat. I've got people I want to, I want to put on a show for my chat. So like, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to be a good sport till the bitter end. And it almost kind of takes
him calm down and get plugged in.
It takes the edge off in a way. And I kind of have the same thing. Like my worst net play tournaments are all the ones where I'm like, today I'm going to take this hella serious. I'm not going to stream. I'm not going to stream and do hella good. I always put too much pressure on myself and bust her out. But when I stream, I'm never nervous. It's almost like I'm playing doubles and like my chat's my teammate. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I think, yeah, that's a good point and something to talk about because
people...
that's why I say like the first real online tournament was Summit, not Championship League. It was Summit because everyone got 5, 6, 7, whatever months to get good at online because it is a different meta to play from your chair, right? Like, despite online, even though I think online's amazing, shouts to fucking Fizzy.
Shout out to God.
Yeah, the absolute God. So like, that's why all that was lead up. And like now, like if you look at the beginning, like it was like that's why it was all warm up. And that's why I think like this year, even though we're probably gonna have online tournaments again, I think by now everyone should be good at playing at home. And like you said, some people will stream it. You asked Zane, he said he plays way worse with the stream on. And I think you should know what works for you. And I think HBox is gonna keep streaming, just to use him as an example. And it's like streaming's obviously not working for him, right? So that's why, like me, I do both, depending on how I feel that day. I pretty much, if I have the extra energy, because when you're streaming, like I'm already playing and I'm giving it this much, but I gotta have a little more to stream. So like I just leave it. I'm like, I can stream. I can do with a little extra interactions, right? But if I'm like, I only have enough juice to play, like top level melee. So I think like. Everyone had time to adjust and find out what system works for them, right? So I think that's like for you, you think it helps you and you think you play better. That's why
I play better. I think for me, like I play better. Like Connor said, he plays better.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself, Toph.
Yeah, I think different people are different. Like for me, that's just how I am. Like I get fucking nervous. But when I have chat open, like when I'm streaming, I'm like, I'm down a stock and I'm like, all right, chat. I'm gonna buckle in. I'm gonna do this for you guys. Whatever happens, happens, and fucking... Yeah, all my good fucking net play wins have been while I was streaming, and it is weird, because I feel like with a guy like HBox, like, I wonder if it's because he's doing all this ultimate tournaments, and he's like, kind of, maybe he's leaning too hard into the entertainer role. I don't really know, but it'd be cool if he could find a way to make it work for him. But, I mean, if he can't, then he can't. I get that it's a very personal thing.
You see what I've done? I turn my camera off, I turn my mic off, and I turn my chat off.
Right.
And that's just kind of, it's like I said, everyone had time to adjust to what works for them.
Right. I can't wait for fucking the next turn. I mean, January is always kind of like the off season.
Yeah, pretty much we wait for Genesis.
Yeah.
We usually get like December off and most of January.
Right. Bobby, what were you gonna say? I remember you had a.
Yeah, I have a
I
question.
got to flesh out everything I wanted to talk about.
No. I was really happy that you did because it's all really interesting and important. Because I'm thinking about getting, making a run for top 100.
Bobby, we should play. Like
Top 100,
deadass.
dude.
I think
I'm trying to do
you.
it.
I said something in my chat. I said something. I'm just gonna point this out. Something you do that with Falcon. I think a lot of people don't do. You actually use Falcon's whole length of his dash dance. I think the meta for Falcon. This is just a random aside. I think the meta for Falcon is a lot of like, kind of staying in one place and spamming aerials, like drift back nairs, and then the whizzy stomp, blah blah blah. You'll do the pullback stomp. And for you actually use Falcon's whole length of dash dance. And I came very prepared for the modern style Falcon that throws out a lot of aerials, and you were just shit, and I wasn't fucking.
Scar's Falcon takes strides.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I actually wasn't
And
ready for it.
the more Falcons and more cracks, they're like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The
Scar,
ones
like-
you said the ones who were cracked.
yeah, like
The crack
Scar,
ones.
like Scar's Falcon wants to go on a walk in the park, and like the other ones are just like fucking.
I wasn't ready for
crack-
it.
Even running, I overstride. Like I need to
You're-
actually
you like
step
to-
more. I need to
Yeah.
step more.
You're a strider.
I stride too much.
If you can mix in your style of like the really long dash dance, like kind of,
With the
I don't know,
crack
like
kid?
wait and see. Yeah, with the fucking. I had a really hard time with your style, like because I just haven't played in a long time, which is kind of sad, by the
like,
way.
I gotta watch
Fuck
more,
COVID. But yeah.
I know it's sad. But my question was, I was just curious about coaching. Is that a thing? Is that do you feel that I have a question for both of you that a player like me could say like, hey Cody, I need some coaching, or whoever is offering coaching. Is that something that can people actually get better at Melee by having a coach?
I think everyone sees the game differently. And so, like, maybe you're seeing it, and then maybe your coach is like, well, you ever think of, like, what about this? And you'll be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. So, like, a coach can, like, so let's just say, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, a little example. Remember, like, I told you, like, if someone's above you, just shield.
The stuff you told me was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and, like, you just never thought of it, right? So, like, I think it helps. You just get it's just a fresh perspective, and they can just explain to you something you don't know. And, like, I think
Even
a big
saying
thing
things that I did know was helpful.
Yeah, you get, and also like I think just pointing out bad habits, because like most people hit a wall because they have terrible habits. If you look at everyone, like when you play someone shitty, it's like okay, they do the same thing, and it's just like that happens at every level. And I think even at my level, I have bad habits, but my bad habits are amazing. But once you get to a certain point, your bad habit will get exposed,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think coaching's legit. I actually want to coach. I'll just coach you, Scar.
I mean,
You guys should do
hey,
coaching. I think that'd be
down
so
pay
fun to
for
watch.
it,
I'm
if
coaching
that's something
Sky.
we need to
Let's do
do.
I'm gonna restream
I
it.
will,
I'm gonna watch that shit. I'm gonna watch that
Yeah.
shit every week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that shit every week.
I really would like that. The thing that Mango said that really got me thinking. Well, there were a number of things that you said that I think were really helpful, but just making it hard for them to hit me. I don't know why, but I wasn't thinking. For some reason, I was too okay with just being in a bad position. Like, I think I need to be more plugged in and just really thinking about, okay, where can I be so that it's hard for them? Like, I should just be doing that all the time.
I think something for you is just my little coaching analysis maybe could help, but like I think with you is I think you've
Also
played.
playing like my mom, dude. That's such a sick thing to say.
Isn't that perfect? Can we talk about that before I go into my thing? Actually, I'll
love
say what I
to,
want
yeah.
to say. But
Yeah.
so like I feel like with you, you've just been casual for so long. Like when's the last time you sweated Melee? Like
Long time.
sweat, nasty, like dripping sweat.
I'll tell
like-
you when the last time was versus Toph. I played
true.
Toph like my fucking life was on the
Yeah.
line, Mango.
And that's why Melee's hard, because you got to play everybody like that. When you go through a bracket, you got to play like you hate Toph, and that's just how it gets. That's just how it goes down. Because like when
I
I'm
can only
playing
do it
someone,
because of the unconditional love.
I
though.
played like I hated you, straight up. Like
that's how you
I had
play.
to.
That's how Melee is played now. You just have to want.
I hated your Falcon. I didn't hate you. Put it that way.
I didn't hate you either, but I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
fucking end your fox as best I
Exactly.
could.
Exactly.
No remorse.
Yes, I think like so. I think I'm good at like the advice I said. Play like your mom, and like people are like, "What do you mean play like your mom?" Scar's mom gives no fucks. Like she just gives no fucks. And like she's like, you can tell like I've only met her a few times, but she's like very laid back. I think she just like doesn't give a fuck what people think, and she's just like a chill, like doesn't give a fuck. And I told Scar, and then if you know Scar's dad, so opposite.
I know. Yeah,
like,
I know Scar's dad.
And I think Scar, that's why Scar's the way he is. He's just a
Like
mix of
everything's
both of
gonna
them.
be. I know. I'm like fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're both. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So like I told Scar he should play like his mom because I think Scar's is best when he's just letting it rock. Like you just have to play. But I think you have to play like your mom with a sprinkle of your dad. I think everybody who plays Melee has to play with a sprinkle of Scar's dad. You gotta have that nitty gritty, like, wait a minute, you gotta question things and be like...
he questions things, he cares about, like, inspecting little details,
exactly.
you know?
If
He wants everything to look nice.
I'm pretty familiar with Scar's dad. I mean, we went out to fucking lunch that one time. Okay, if your mom was like a fucking, I don't know, like I actually don't feel like I know your mom that well. If your mom was like a Melee player, who would it...
Like a nun.
Be? Really?
Just don't give a fuck.
In that area, yeah. I think that like she's got her own idea. You know, she's got her own idea about how she wants things to be, and she just kind of does what she wants to do.
Okay.
She is very chill and laid back.
Wow.
She offered me wine when I was like 17. It's like, you want a glass of wine, sweetheart?
That sounds
like,
right, dude.
I'm good.
And your dad told me to get a job.
Yeah, exactly. That's how different they are.
That's how different they are.
One offered me wine, one other got mad at me and yelled at me.
Also, my mom might be watching. She started watching. So
my mom started watching some of my shit.
I hope you're having a good
night.
night.
Finally, dude,
if she's hearing that, she's cracking up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, if my mom's here, she's cracking up. I think I might have told you about this, Bobby. I finally leaked to my mom that, because my mom for a long time, she thought I was still working, you know, at Cruise. I was still a software engineer. She thought I was working remotely and all this, and then I was like, nah. I finally kind of let it slip. Actually, she found out from stalking my Twitter. I thought I was in big trouble. I kind of was. My mom found out that I was doing content full time. She's like, "What is this shit about? We need to talk." Well, she doesn't cuss. She didn't say shit, but well, we talked it out. And I said, "Hey, you know, I'm doing this thing. I got some savings. I'm gonna try to make it work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't,
it doesn't.
I'll go back to the fucking grindstone. You know, it is what it is. But
yeah."
You and Mango should do coaching sessions. I would watch. I love talking to well, I've got Drug Fox.
Down.
I pay Drug Fox. I'm a you know, coach whatever level Patreon sub. We do 2 lessons a month. I was actually sluffing for a while, and I just think it's great. Like he's Mango's right. Everyone sees the game super fucking differently, and like, dude, if nothing else, it's fun. At the end of the day, talking to Mango on Melee for an hour, it's fucking fun.
That would be dope, yeah.
You know, it's so fun.
Hey, do you want to run a 60-second ad break real quick? I gotta go.
John Orca, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate that.
Or do you want to hold it down?
No, I'm down. I'll hold it down. I'll go to the bathroom later. You and Mango talk. Well, Mango's back. Every now and then I do Drug Fox lessons, and it's fucking hype because like, I think for me, like, I'm actually a very intuitive player. Like, I feel like I give off like nerd vibes, but like, dude, when I was getting good at the game, like when I was top 100 and shit, like, I was a very fucking freestyle player. Like when me and Otto would fucking play Foxitos and shit, we would just talk.
That's Otto. I love Otto.
This shit might. I love Otto. I can't even.
Love Otto.
Don't even get me started, man. And you know, yeah. So it's great because like we'll talk about Melee in the context of like, because Drovot plays a lot of like 2D fighters like Street Fighter and Marvel and shit. We'll talk about like, you know, if this was a fucking Street Fighter type game. You know, even you. I was watching some of your streams lately. As you know, I'm a big fan of your chess streams, and you're talking about. I saw you teaming with Joey the other night, and you were saying, Joey, or was it Joey or Johnny? You were like, why? Or I think it was Joey. You're like, just fucking up smash him. It's a fucking checkmate. It's just a checkmate. Like, why?
No, I swear, like Falco's very like chess. Where like, since I started playing chess, and I'm not trying to meme on like the whole chess like train, but like, chess taught me that like, so like when I started playing chess, I would literally just try to kill all their pieces. Which is stupid, because you don't have to kill all their pieces.
Right.
And I realized trying to kill all their pieces is like just doing unnecessary, like adding unnecessary strings to your combo. I'm like, wait, why don't I just find checkmate? So now, like when I play Falco and they're like at 40%, I shine him in the air. I'm like, how can I kill him here? How can I get him and kill? And like that has changed my whole Falco perspective. Like I'm always looking to kill somebody now. Whereas like before, I'm like, I'll just do some damage. Now it's like, if I get a shine, because I think if I get a shine anywhere on stage, I'm literally looking on how to find my kill. And that's like really changed my perspective. That's why Joey, I was like, bro.
Chess?
What's up?
From chess?
Yeah, chess has actually like changed how I view things in Melee a little bit. Not like a corny amount, but as I was telling Toph, like, I think your dog wants to get out.
I think so too.
She just came in.
I used to have a cat. That cat would do the same shit.
I know, like, doesn't want to get out, but come on, Zoe.
Let that poor dog out.
Jesus.
No, I totally agree, because I started playing chess like, well, I played in high school and shit, but like I started playing again like around the first Pog Champs or whatever, like when it was blown up on Twitch like maybe half a year ago. And it was the same thing. It's like, yeah, sometimes you just have him fucking by the balls, and like, why would you fuck around? You would just kill him.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking checkmate him. You if you have it, and it kind of like puts you in a mentality of like, Bobby, we're talking about like how different games can kind of, it's kind of like how a different coach can give you a fresh perspective, like a different game.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, right? Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 4, you know how it is. Yeah, I had the same thing with fucking Granblue. You know, Granblue's a very fucking footsies oriented, slower pace kind of fighting game. And I kind of got in this mindset of like, well, in this situation, like, okay, maybe I'm running the fucking Marth forwarder over and over. I'm getting fucking dash attacked by Marth. Okay, at that spacing, what can I do? It's not, I don't have to fucking, if Zane tries to dash attack at me or some other Marth tries to dash attack me, I don't have to be quaking in my boots because it's Zane. At the end of the day, Marth is dash attacking at me. If I'm at this spacing, I can space around it. If I'm closer than that.
I think I just want to go off on a little topic because it's something I was talking about. Like, it's interesting you say that because I think Zane, and honestly, every top player who's ever top player thrives on people giving them that little extra respect, right? And because that respect, you earn it. Like me, I'll do a bad aerial on shield. You need to shield grab me? They're like, fuck no, I'm not shield grabbing Mango. So
I've never tried to shield grab you in my life.
Yeah,
you remember that
exactly.
set you fucking force-stocked me in Genesis?
Side story, I had just lost to Magi. I was so fucking mad. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god, if I want to win this tournament, I have to play like 15 sets. I was like, oh my god. So sadly enough, I'm like, whoever the fuck I play next, I'm gonna shit on them so hard. Toph's like, hey man, we gotta play. I was like, no. I think I fucked you up.
You did. I know.
It was bad. It was bad.
No, cause I was watching. I was like, all right, Mango's gonna win against Magi. Like, I know Magi's pretty good. She's like top 100. I could beat Magi. Like I gotta dial in. But I mean, Magi, as soon as you fucking, I was like, oh, fuck.
I destroyed you. Wait, you lost to me and Hacks for
and
like
it's off stream,
right?
Yeah, I lost to Hacks and winners. I went to losers, played you, and got fucking 65th. And I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. I had a pretty good tournament, but at the end of the day, like, I lost to Hacks and Mango and got 65th. Like,
but no, side story. But so it brings me back to what you were saying, like when a Marth dash attacks you. I think Zane is one of the best players I've ever played in my time. At like, when I'm scared of him, that guy fucking destroys me. I tell everyone, when you play Zane, you just gotta man the fuck up and get in there. Like,
he smells the blood in the water.
Zane is without a doubt the best player I've ever played at. Like, he knows when I'm scared and he knows my scared options, and like, he's really good at sensing when people are scared of him. And I always tell everybody, like, you just gotta fight Zane. Like, it goes back to like the H-box thing where like, if you camp H-box, you're playing into him. If you play scary against Zane, you are not winning. You will lose every time. So it's funny you bring that up because like, I mean, because he is scary, but the whole time you gotta like trick your brain into being like, he ain't that good. He ain't shit. Like, when I'm playing Zane, I have to find that's why playing Zane's interesting for me, because like, the whole time I'm on like a line and I'm like, okay, I gotta respect him, but I can't respect him too much. The second I give that kid some respect, I'm dead. It's like crazy. So I like, that's like Zane's, he's like the best player I've ever played at like playing off of that. And that's why I think, and like, he also got, I think for a while there when he was owning like Championship League, he was getting away with like really dumb grabs where nobody would punish him. And then I watched a set with Johnny where Johnny beat him. Johnny punished like 8 bad grabs. And I said, literally like randomly on a stream, I was like, we got to start. Remember? Okay. Oh, perfect example. It's all leads. Melee all chains together. Remember when H-box in 2017-18 would do the dumbest shield grabs and we'd be like, why is no one punishing that?
Yeah.
Now what happens when H-box does dumb shield grabs? He gets clapped up. It's like, that's going to catch up to Zane. You know what I mean? Eventually it's like, wait, why are we letting this guy get away with this bullshit? And I think Johnny was the first one to realize, it's like, why are we letting Zane get away with this bullshit? And now if you look at H-box, he grabs, he'll just die sometimes. And I love it. It's just like, it all comes together. And I think, it's funny you say that, because I think you do. Melee's always about respecting your opponent, but not too much, not too little. Not too much, not too little. Even if I play someone like Gio, I have to respect him here. But if I start respecting him up here, all of a sudden he's going to be going off, right? Like, you got to, that's the hard part that people don't talk about when you're playing a player. You just got to, like, peg him. Well, peg him at where you think.
You had to laugh.
I knew what you meant.
No,
you gotta like put him like with the amount of respect you think, and like if you and I think that's probably something like you guys maybe relate to. Like if you over respect somebody, you lose, and if you under respect them, you lose. And I think that's something that like nobody talks at like when you go into a competition.
So much of Melee
because
the other scenes have so much of that. I feel like in Melee, it's so like you could really
really pronounce in Melee,
and people can just stay on top because of respect. I mean, you know the history of our game. Like people were skilled. We used to talk about SFAT. Like he's got the skills to beat some of the top players, but he never did. And I feel like a lot of it is like this extra respect.
I don't even think it's just the history. I think the game itself kind of lends to it. Because like, okay. I mean, I'll give you an example. Like I feel like with fucking, I played Ultimate for like a year. Like. Offline, obviously. Once COVID started, I'm sorry, that game's not a fucking thing anymore. But I was entering fucking locals in Ultimate. And I feel like with the game like Ultimate, it's more fucking fleshed out. Like, okay, in this situation, this is what your options are. But like in Melee, like, everything's so fucking analog, I guess. Like, with Melee, you know, Bobby, you always just talk about, like, you know, you can drift a little better. Or you can fast fall a little later. Or you can fucking, you know, you can, like, just delay your move a little bit to fuck up their SDI. You know, there's all kinds of little things you can do in Melee where it's like if you're really on somebody and you really feel like you're better than somebody, you can just trick them up with the most subtle little thing. And I don't think a lot of modern games really let you do that. With modern games, it's like this is rock, this is paper, this is scissors. With Melee, you can fucking reach in your closet and pull out like a slightly bigger scissors. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like a different scissors. This one's made out of fucking titanium instead of, you know what I mean? It's like, you got the same kind of mix-ups, but like, if you're a really good player, you can really make someone work. Actually, dude, in Melee, I notice this with recovery all the time. Gio's a good example, Mango. I was playing Gio.
Gio's a perfect example because he's like that perfect level. So you can always use Gio's
yeah.
skill.
I've been playing Gio like pretty often. I play Gio like once a week, whatever. And like when I edge guard like foxes that are worse than Gio, I'm like, I can do this back air that's gonna cover like fucking almost all their options. But with Gio, like, he'll make me work like a little more than I'm used to. You know, he's gonna do a certain angle where like if I do my normal back air, like he might get barely around it or something. Like edge guarding in Melee is a really good example. And I feel like with just the way the game is, it's not just the history. I think the game itself kind of lends itself to what you're saying, Bob.
That's a good point. Yeah,
it's very analog.
Right. I think you're right, Toph.
Or like edge guarding none,
like
edge guarding Ed, you know?
Yeah, it's like
I hate edge guarding none, I will say.
And I know when I'm recovering well, it's Falcon, and it's just little things, right? It's like
you're just tiny, right around,
like pixels.
It's almost like go ahead, Mango.
Melee's just little thing after little thing after little thing. Like that's what makes, and like, I feel like people overlook like, I don't know. I think everyone Melee's so. This is why I like just talking about Melee. I think Melee is so much fun to talk about because I think everyone thinks about it differently, right? Yeah. And like that's what makes it fun. Like we can sit here and talk about Melee literally 10 hours a day, and I think it'll be fun.
That's why I'm not worried about an agenda, Mango.
Yeah, it always.
Yeah, we always wing it. We always
three of us who love Melee. We're just talking about Melee.
We always wing it.
I did have a slight topic change though.
Go ahead. You were saying. You let me go first.
Gio, and I wanted to talk about
Bobby didn't know who Gio was. I forgot Bobby didn't know who Gio was. That shit was. And then you said no, it's null. And then Bobby's like,
I was like, Noel?
Bobby's like, cool. Okay, Gio's null. Okay. Who's null?
I know. But I thought that
I fucking lost it, dude. I fucking lost it.
Like Knowell. I was like, who's Noel? Anyway. And I wanted to talk about content. So
good.
Mango was playing. I know I said Zio. I was like, you're playing Rocket League with Zio? Who's that? Anyway, I was like, yeah, Mango. Let's do something because we're gonna do we were gonna do Friday fuck blood or whatever. Mm-hmm. I would like to do this training thing. I want to think about content, but you mentioned don't get greedy. Yes, you can't get greedy. So how do we balance all this, right? I want to get into the content fold. I want to know what kind of content does Melee need? How can I fit in? And how do I not get greedy? Because you know what, Mango? I would love to do training.
What does greedy mean?
Greedy would mean I'm asking a big celebrity over here for too much of his platform. That's what that would mean in my opinion.
Yeah, but
if you're gonna train me, I need a good 1 hour per week.
So right now,
in, not
let's set-
pencil.
let's set a
Fucking
date.
pencil in.
So what do you want to do? Once a week where I just help you?
Yes.
Okay, pick a day. That
If you
isn't
want me to
Friday.
pick a day, I'll pick a day. Not Friday.
Not
Tuesday.
Friday, not Wednesday.
What about Tuesday?
We do Tuesday.
Let's do Tuesday.
Okay. See you Tuesday.
1 o'clock. Could you do PM?
No,
like,
no,
you
no.
know,
I don't
we
start
gotta do
doing
it night.
3
We
or
gotta do it
4.
night. We gotta do it night.
We can do like 3, 4, 5. I can get on, but never 1.
I can do
I
3
mean-
to 4. I can do 3 to 4.
I mean, we could do 3 to 4, or we could do. I mean, I could off stream talk to you too, and you can just stream it, and that could help you grow a lot too.
There you go.
If I could be a homie and just talk to you off stream, because you'll probably get like 1,000 or 2,000 viewers.
If you're there,
That's what I'm saying, and that's how you can grow.
and
That's
then I'll
all.
raise you. Then I'll raise you when I'm done.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm
There
down.
you go. All right, I'll see you at 3 o'clock on next week.
Well, because like I've been very, I've been very into. I do want to coach people because like, I think I have a lot. The thing about me is if I can tell, I know exactly where people get stuck, especially when it comes to the mentality. I have had every problem mentally, like with my way I approach the game that you could even think of. I've been there, too high, too low, like overthinking. That I've felt it all. So like usually when I talk to somebody, I can always pinpoint like where they're going wrong. Like I'm really good at that, just because like I've like I've sensed it. I know like where you're coming from.
You can sense it,
Yeah.
and you communicate it pretty well. You communicate abstract things pretty well.
Mango,
Well, I think I just dumb it down, right? And I'm
You
just
dumb
like,
it down. Yeah, you dumb
Yeah.
things down really well.
you know what's funny to me is like I feel like you think you're dumbing it down, but like when I hear you say shit, it's just
But melee is
It
so
just take-
sick,
it
right?
goes to a
he's
different
dumbing-
direction.
He's dumbing down melee, but melee is inherently like interesting and
Right.
fascinating. So he's dumbing down some. You know what I mean? So I feel like I see what you're saying.
well,
Toph.
down is the wrong direction. I feel like for me it's like to the side. You know what I mean? Like for me it's like I've got my own little ladder, and I feel like then there's the Mango ladder, and like
Okay.
he takes me and he plops me on a different ladder, and he's like, well, just try this out for a second. I'm kind of like, oh, I've never seen it from this angle before.
I just like
What's this?
the way I approach the game is like
You know?
very. I just try to make the game simple. I think a lot of people's problem is they tried to make melee this super complicated thing, and I think that works for some people. There you go. Scar's getting all the training, but I think me, I just think of it very simple. Like I don't like to overthink. I think because if you're an overthinker, which I think Scar is, and you can probably
I'm
personally,
also an overthinker, big time.
you don't want to be an overthinker. I think if we could talk to like great sport people and like people who've just been really good at things, they'd probably tell you that overthinking is bad. I think overthinking is generally bad because that's when you start getting stuck in your own head.
Johnny
Right?
remembers when I beat him at the deep, dude.
I remember that. You still talk about it.
Mango, do you ever overthink?
Yeah.
I just want to know, do you ever overthink? Like,
So okay, and Scar's gonna like this. Ping pong. There's one quote that sticks with my heart to this day. And there's a part where Pekko is training, and he's like overthinking everything, and the old lady goes, Pekko, you're not a thinker. You just gotta play. And me, whenever I tried to think, I'm the worst player in the world. You've never seen a player that you know what I mean? And like that line sticks with me because like even when I'm playing Valorant, when I'm playing anything, the second I start thinking, it goes to shit. But I think it's all about understanding. Are you a thinker or are you not a thinker? But I think melee is so fast that there's no time to think. You do all your thinking before, right? And then once the action starts, what are you gonna think about? Everything happens so fast, right? Which
That's
is
true.
why every tournament I've ever gotten 8 to 10 hours of sleep, didn't drink, a nice breakfast, I've done bad at every time. Because now I have my full brain. And why I've won so many tournaments, look at Big House 6. I slept literally 3 hours, but my brain was so dumb and not working that I played good. Because I played really good when I'm a zombie, because my brain's bad for me. And I think, so like I'm so bad at thinking that like, whenever I try
When
to
your
think,
mind is quiet, you feel you play better.
yeah. When
You know
there's-
what? Hey, by the way,
That-
this is a separate topic. I don't know if we're gonna get to it, but if you do
Okay.
talk to Dr. K, I think that's like exactly what you should talk about. Is that you've noticed that your mind
Mhm.
can get in the way, and
Yeah.
you know, he'll have a lot to say about that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that actually sounds like the shit you just said, especially about like getting enough sleep and all that. That sounds like me with the whole streaming thing. We were talking earlier about how, like, for me, like, when I'm streaming, I feel like streaming helps me not overthink. Because when it's just me in my room, when I got my chat, it's like I gotta worry about them. Like, even if I'm down on myself, I don't have time to get salty. I gotta make sure my chat's having a good time. And they actually help me not overthink. That's actually what that sounds like to me.
I mean, if you guys, if you remember the best you've played in tournament, you probably were thinking about absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
So the cool thing about mentality is, like, you're trying to tell yourself to play better, do this, without telling yourself to do it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like voice 2 has to get to voice 1 and be like, hey, I need you to do this, without really letting anybody know what's being said. And
Dude,
when I've played my best, it's because, like, they're talking to each other, but I don't hear them. And I'm not, like, trying to be corny, but it's like my two voices are talking to each other, but I don't hear them. But they're like behind the scenes. You know what I mean? They're like behind the curtain, and you don't know they're there, but they are discussing and letting me know what to do without letting me know what to do. Because the second they let me know, if he's like, hey, Mango, I think you should do this, I'll be like, so it'd be like, hey, Mango, I think you should grab more. I'll be like, should I grab more? All of a sudden, I'm starting to grab way more, and it's not coming natural. Everyone sees my grabs coming a million miles away, right? So, like, that's what, like, when I'm playing, I don't like to tell myself anything, because I'll be like, maybe you should camp more. Oh, I start camping. Oh, I'm dead. Like, everything has to come so natural. So, like, it's all about getting your two selves to talk, but you can't know they're talking. And that's why it's fun, because it's hard to train that. It's hard to, you know what I mean?
I do.
So, like, if you think about the best you've ever played, you were probably not thinking. Like, you just gotta get to be able to play really well without thinking.
The best I ever actually personally felt like I played in a tourney set was actually not singles, it was doubles. It was the tournament we teamed. Where we almost beat MTK.
Dude, that was the best you've ever played. I actually played bad. Nobody knows that we gave those fucks a run
we
for their
took
money.
a set.
Yeah, I know.
You and Joey didn't even take a set.
I know.
Dude,
that was the best you've ever played.
I'm not gonna ask you for every week or whatever. I don't want to take that much of your time. I feel weird about it, and you know I want to kind of let Bobby have that. But I do really feel like for me a big weakness of mine over the years has been mentality. I think my mentality for Melee is I haven't been good at it. My mentality sucked. And
If I extend this to everybody, if you're a Melee player and you want my help, you can always message me. A few people have. I just don't say who because they probably don't want to know.
well, I'll talk to you.
If you ever want help, like, and this goes to like anyone in the top 20, top like, and if we're homie, you can shoot me a question and I will answer it always.
I feel
Feel
good
free.
about.
You got a question? Just ask. I think, like, and it's funny. I love talking about Melee, but I think everyone thinks that I don't want to talk about it, so nobody asks me. And like I always see
He's like the cool kid.
Even Johnny like asked me, he's like, "What can I do better as Falco?" I was like, "Oh my god, my friends have never asked for my help. I didn't even know what to do." I was so happy. You know?
I actually feel the same way. I feel like I didn't know that option was open. Dude, I would love to, like, every once in a while. I'd love it could be on stream, off stream, whatever. I'd love to have like a mentality coaching session. I feel good about kind of what I need to do gameplay wise. I said to myself, I'm gonna do like at least a month. I'm gonna enter like 3 net play tournaments a week. I'm gonna try to be like a mini Bobby Big Balls. I'm just gonna enter everything I can enter for like a fucking month and just see what happens to me. But I want to talk to you about mentality stuff at some point. I think my mentality has always been a weak point, and if there's one thing that Drug Fox probably isn't as good at coaching, I think he's excellent at gameplay stuff, but I think mentality stuff you could probably help with this.
Yeah, that's where I shine.
Hey, speaking of Bobby Big Balls, he just rated me.
Holy shit, there he is!
Literally the moment that you said it.
There you go. I'm gonna be Bobby. I'm gonna be you
Yeah, I
for like
heard
a
that.
month. I'm gonna enter fucking everything for a month. That's my plan, and I'm gonna stream all of it. That's just my plan. That's that's the next step for me.
Viewers, I had 2 questions. Number 1, is 2 coaches a bad thing? If I had Johnny,
I think if
it's too much.
Maybe it depends who they are.
It depends. It depends on how you absorb the
Like
information.
you and Johnny.
Because, like, if I'm giving you this and Johnny's giving you that and they're conflicting, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? It would just depend.
Well, anyway,
Like I can do Mango and Drug Fox. I think you guys are just gonna talk about different things. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you cover different aspects.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny could probably help you with, like, more Falcon stuff.
then I had to tell that. Do you guys both remember my Johnny story when we were smoking that wacky tobacco?
The wackiest.
Do either of you guys remember that
And
story?
the tobacconist.
There's one time that I'll never forget. It was at Kings of Cali, I believe, 2 or 3. Okay, Dunk was there. Some of Dunk's homies were there. You know, it was me and Me, Johnny, Dunk, and somebody else. I forget her name. And I was chilling with them, and they were like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" This is after I lost, you know. I was like, "All right, fine." And we went to Dunk's car. You know, he's got his rig, and I remember, you know, I don't smoke that much. Okay, I really don't, and so new bongs and things of that nature. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm telling you. Yeah, this artifact was new to me. I don't know how to handle it. And so, you know, Dunk's like, all right, just like put your mouth here or whatever. Anyway, long story short, we'll skip the details, but you know, I was in outer space or whatever, right?
Hey, don't say or
I
whatever.
was necessarily taken care of. I don't know if I was necessarily portioned properly, okay? And so I got out of the car, you know, we're going back to the tournament or whatever. I looked at Johnny, I was like, I'm feeling like pretty high, man. Johnny looked me straight in the eye, he said, "You'll remember this night for the rest of your life." It freaked me out so bad, dude. I went into the deepest spin of all time about like, what is the significance of this night? I was so on another oh my goodness. I got
Now
like
you remember it.
Yo Sharingan, dude, and it's true. I never forgot that night.
He was right.
You remember this night for the rest of your life.
Johnny's like just the
blew
one-liner.
my brains, dude.
You guys born to one-liner. He just drops
It
gems.
was the sickest one-liner. Actually,
He just drops. He's got the best one-liners
Then he's out.
in the league. That's fucking hilarious. I never heard that story.
I haven't either.
That's a true story. It was at the underground Kings of Cali venue. You know what I'm talking about, like the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We had to go back. I'm like freaking out. It's true.
How about? So we just did the commentator. How about what if I blew your guys' mind? You know how we just did the commentator tournament?
This is what I'm saying. I want I want to be in on the next big thing for Melee. Okay, I want to do it.
Let's do it right now. Slime, if you're listening. What about this idea? Look at this.
We
I think
got power in this chat.
I think commentator invitational, but each commentator gets a top player as a coach, and I think that's cool because you guys can be our little horses. And I think we could also give you guys knowledge, which inherently makes your commentary better. Because you guys will know more.
That is good.
That's why it's good.
I want to know more so that I can commentate better.
Because the more you know. So that's a good idea. It's like a Pog Champs, but we do it within our own little community. You know, like IBW gets Toph, I get Scar, like Zane can, you know, get Fendi. I think, and all of a sudden you got your little workhorses, and then you have them on your stream. Because think about all the content that comes out of that.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do I want content for the people.
Think of like the training sessions. That's a good idea. Let's get on it. Let's do it.
That's a good idea.
Zane gets Blur. Yes, ship it.
Zane gets Blur. What can Zane do with Blur? That's the real.
Once we do the tournament, what's the idea? How often do we come together to test the skills? How often do we do the Pokemon battle?
I think we set a day and then we just actually give it like I think not like too long, but I think a month of training so that everyone can like come along for the stories and like everyone's gonna want to. That's just content for everybody and like and I think we should do it. I think
it's a great idea.
Ship it. We're Slime. Somebody get Slime.
We'll get Slime.
This is like the
Slime sets it up.
I mean, I'm ready next Tuesday. I'm ready. I'm ready right now. If you want to do first training session tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So everyone gets their horse, and then everyone streams it. And it's kind of a lead up to get your little commentator to do good. Because now, like, if it's like me and Scar, all of a sudden everyone's like, "Let's fucking go."
HBox. Someone chat said HBox gets Lud.
That is the $1 million content idea that even Ludwig is not ready for.
Yeah, no,
not even Ludwig can handle that.
I agree, dude. I agree.
Not even Ludwig could handle that.
Oh my goodness! Did you see what your chat's saying, Mango?
What?
Chillin', Leffen.
Perfect. Done. Look at that. Those are funny streams.
That's funny.
Those are funny.
That's
streams.
funny. All right. Looking forward to working with you, Cody.
You just claimed Cody.
You said I had Cody.
Nice.
I'm down for either. I'm down for either Cody or Leffen. I'm down for either Cody or Leffen, but I kind of like the idea of Leffen chilling. So
I think we should do it like prom, and I think the commentators should have to ask the players. You guys can all pick, and either they decline or accept. So you can ask whoever you want. And I think if you're smart, you do it because it's fun, and the community will love you for it. So I think everyone.
You'll go to prom with me, dude.
I would go to prom with you, sir.
Be my
Oh,
prom date.
Obsa
That'd be
coaches
a fun
Nez. Well, Nez isn't a commentator, but that's a cute idea. That would be fun.
Done.
Okay.
All right, somebody tell Slime to ship it, set a date, and we get to work. Everyone makes YouTube videos, everyone trains, and then we hype it up.
Twitter, man.
Also, a quadrillion extra dollar idea. When
You're
you,
an idea guy, Mango.
I have ideas. The two people who coach will do commentary on whoever's playing.
Two
Bam.
people coach. Yeah, that's sick.
That's
Yeah,
actually so amazing. And then you can talk about what we've been working
You
on.
hype it up. You can hype up your boy.
That's a $1
Everything.
million idea.
I told him not to do that. This guy sucks. Oh, I told him to do that. Oh, it just writes itself. Bam.
No, I was thinking like, dude, for this kind of format, a tournament where they're, each player gets a coach. Like, imagine, whoever's hosting it, like Slime's hosting it. Imagine Slime, if he wants to get a bunch of content out of it, he can like bring on the coaches and be like do an interview with the coaches. Like, yeah, this is what we've been working on. I've been working with fucking Scar. And Scar, I told Scar, like, you got to stop doing this, this, and this, and fucking, let's look at some of his footage. Let's see how some of that went. It's just like, the content fucking spirals, my dude. The content fucking spirals, dude.
Like this, yeah. Scar, did you tweet it, Slime?
I did. I'm DMing him.
Okay, nice.
So
Yeah.
A Slime just had a good idea with Mango. Do commentator league.
There we
Each
go.
commentator gets a top player to train them, and it's dope because number one, good content. Number two, commentators learn more about Melee. If you want to host that monthly or every 2 months or something.
Damn, you
I
said
do that
every 2 months.
This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. We have.
Well, no, I don't think we do it every 2 months. I think right now, while nothing's happening, because we're not like
This
no
is a
top
good
players.
period.
When
I
Melee
like
season's
doing
on,
more, but I don't want to ask Slime to do more than he can. If he says no, then I'll do it every month. I don't care.
well, you
my
could
stream.
during
Toph will do it on
Melee,
his stream.
during Melee season, we're gonna want to practice. But
Yeah.
that's why right now is perfect because every top player is jerking their dicks off doing absolutely nothing.
Here's the perfect
So,
situation: is by Melee season. If my coach does a good enough job by Melee season, I'm trying to be in that fucking conversation. I'm trying to play too. That's my goal. I already said I'm gonna fucking enter 3 fucking net play tourneys a week, maybe more.
I want to enter more
I'm
too.
gonna be a fucking Bobby Big Walls for like a month. I'm gonna carve out a fucking month, February or some shit. I'm gonna be like, I'm literally by the end of that month, I'm not gonna be Toph the fucking commentator or Toph the streamer. It's gonna be Toph that guy that fucking enters 5 tournaments a week. Like that's
So
what I
can
want
I
to say.
enter
That,
all the
you know?
tournaments you enter? Can we do a Scar?
I'll
Toph
message you.
tournament,
I'll
bro?
message you. I'll message
Do
you.
you
every
want
time I
to?
enter.
Do you want me to be in the tournaments that you're in, or
Yes,
would that not
of
be
course.
good?
No, of course I do.
Do
I'll
Scar and Toph
Every
tournament.
time. I will enter. As long as you don't think it's annoying. I don't want you to fucking feel like I'm messaging you some shit and you think it's annoying. I'm trying to get you to enter fucking another tournament this week.
Look, this is part of my job now, gentlemen.
I'm a little
I'm
training hard.
employed by Mr. Bezos to investigate the things that are going on Twitch. Okay.
That'd be the Bezos, dude.
How did that?
Okay.
Okay, well, what was? Do we have another topic? I feel like that was it.
Those are pretty good. I mean,
That's,
That's
we
pretty
just
good.
came out of a fire idea. I was thinking like,
crushed it. I feel like we just crushed it.
We
Yeah.
crushed it.
What were people expecting from Mango and Pals? They were expecting one great story about S2J involving.
you always get one. You always get one.
It's a
You
good
know what I
story.
mean? They're expecting some insane Melee conversation, some discussion about.
You're gonna remember this night for the rest of your life. I think I can do a pretty good Johnny voice.
You just gotta get real serious and just talk like really like fast. Everyone has a good Johnny impersonation if they try.
No.
Also, Scar, are you drinking more water?
Look at me, dude.
I
This
got
sticker
I got a
actually
whiskey coke.
blends, it like blends in. This is like actually the
perfect.
sticker over here, and it blends so beautifully with this watermelon.
You couldn't
color.
ask for a better.
How'd you get that?
color.
That's
Mango
really
Lawrence.
gorgeous.
Bought it for his birthday.
That's really
I've
good.
got this and I've got this. Okay, and I just got new internet today. Did you
You're
see?
killing it. Look at you.
Oh, that
I got new
controller
internet
is-
today.
Fuck, man, your controller kind of like fucking
Gigabit
color
up.
scheme fits here.
Gigabit
Hey,
up,
who brought
baby.
you? Hey, who brought you the controller though?
My man Toph. Right before I swindled him out of $500.
Oh, that's true. Imagine I hit you up. Yeah, sorry, Bobby, I couldn't find your controller. I like lost it or whatever. Sorry, you got to use your old one, and then I win. I'm happy. You played good. I could tell. That would have been funny though.
Oh, you mean at the tournament?
Boy, yeah, imagine I just didn't give you your NES controller so I could beat
know,
you.
I thought
And
you
then
were
I drove
talking
her.
about Mario.
Then I drove her the next day. Oh, there it is. There's your controller. My bad, dude.
It's good, but it's tough.
You gotta get used to it. That's
For
all
a
it
new
is.
controller.
God, that's a good looking dog. Me and Karen are moving to a new place in a couple weeks. We've been looking at maybe getting a.
Getting a
We're
dog?
we're thinking of starting with like a cat, but cat or a dog. I don't know. We'll see. We get a pet for sure. We're looking at some animals. How's your bird? You still have your bird?
Which one? We don't talk about one of them.
Okay, I don't know which
The
one it
one,
is.
the one we do talk about. Let's talk about the one we do talk about.
We do have
Watermelon?
one. We have a toucan. We don't
Is it
speak of melon.
watermelon? Okay, we don't speak of wow.
Oh, what a dick. Scar's gonna destroy you in the commentator.
Yeah. My bad.
Let's go, Scar.
Let's go, baby.
My bad. I didn't know.
No,
Man,
no
can you tell me about Valorant? Can
Nah.
you tell me about Valorant? Why are you into that game? What's so good about it? Is it like it's like CS, but it's not?
How's the patch?
It's like CS, but I actually make money when I play it, so I have everything I need. That's it. It's just everything I like, and it does pretty well. So why not?
Why
Also,
CS? Like CS esports is fucking huge. Why isn't it?
CS, so CS is just like Melee, where like the tournament streams just do
Are
way
bigger.
better than the home streams. Like
Huh.
mine is my stream, like Melee streams. You know, they're down there chilling, right? But they don't do as good. Like our tournament streams will like get 100,000.
100,000, yeah, literally.
So like CS is kind of the same way, where like their tournaments just like do so much better. Also, Valorant's new, fresh.
It's true. I actually watch your Valorant. I don't know. You're definitely one of the streamers I'll just throw on like at night. Like when I'm done streaming, I'll just fucking throw you on. I probably lurk more than you know, Mango.
I think a lot of people lurk. They're in the depths.
You're in the depths, dude. I'm in the depths. I mean, I was playing Valorant for a little while. I was playing with fucking me and Cactuar were fucking duo queuing like every day for a while.
You guys are playing?
Yeah, no, yeah. We're like gold or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Fucking it's fun. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's the newest map. I don't know. I'm like behind on the maps because I haven't played in like over a month. But you know, how's the newest patch?
The gameplay is good. Once this game gets good maps, it's gonna be a really good game.
People talk shit on the maps a lot.
Yeah.
I respect. I don't know. I mean, I respect like games like that. It's just funny like watching. I was watching Ludwig's trying to rank up and fucking he's struggling, dude.
He sucks, dude.
He's struggling. Yeah, I mean, I just had a feeling it's like not his.
Well, because it actually takes skill. Lud is a god at gimmicky bullshit, but when it comes to full-on
He's
skill,
so sick.
he's
At
sick
gimmicky
at
bullshit?
gimmicky shit. That's like his bread and butter. But actual being good, he doesn't have it in him.
He's a puff player at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm fortunate. Like, I played Overwatch for long enough, and I played fucking, like, McCree and, you know, heroes that have to aim. So, like, I had a little bit of aim going into it already. And, yeah, Valorant's cool. I don't know. Bobby, I haven't played Valorant for, like, 2 months, but, I mean, if you ever got a random map...
I haven't installed it. I haven't played it.
Car does not have time to do anything.
I'm gonna dedicate my time to Melee. Okay.
Okay, well, then,
After this
then
is
no
over,
Valorant.
I'm gonna play a
Okay.
little bit of Melee because I'm feeling excited.
Okay.
You guys want to talk about apparently the Slippy update? Doubles is out.
No way,
Doubles,
really?
and you can send... I just read about it right before.
Do you have to download
You
something?
can
or
send
you
little
just kinda open
messages. It's still Patreon only, this one, but he'll probably roll it out to everybody in like a day or two, or however long he takes. I don't know.
Oh, it's so I have. You guys subbed to his Patreon?
Yeah. But
It's
he also
Fizzy
added
30
Fizzy36. He also check his Twitter, twitter.com/Fizzy36. He also added the ability to send messages to your opponent, like with like predetermined messages. So
Like Rocket League?
yeah, like you could say, I think you could say one more, GGs, you know.
Yeah, like Rocket League. Yeah.
Exactly. Which I think is super sick.
I'm at tier 1. Should I be at? I might update to tier 2.
I give him $15 a month. That's about what he's.
You're
Chad,
tier
if
2?
if you're not
I have
subbed,
15.
I'm gonna go to tier 2 right now.
Yeah, 15's good. Everyone
Especially
should
with
be giving.
people, I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't know how to interpret. Actually, I'm gonna share something.
Consider
at
tier
work
2.
about, like what I learned from streaming, and I really don't even know how to interpret like gifting and the new Twitch machine.
Bobby, I will
And
say,
the people, dude.
I've been thinking about this. I will say, I think you've got a different, because like when I look at the average streamer that starts from zero, people like me and people like you and like we have a different trajectory than the average streamer.
Because we've streamed, but not consistently.
Well, but like think about it, man. Me and you, it's like the thing I said to you the other night. I had this deep realization in the car where I was thinking about like Ludwig, fastest growing Twitch streamer, all this shit. But Ludwig hasn't talked to 200,000 people on Twitch.tv.
That's true. It's a true fact.
Me and you have done that.
That's a true
We have
fact.
this weird trajectory where we got all this exposure doing this other shit, which is commentary. So we're kind of like hitting the meta at a weird angle. You know what I'm saying? We're coming in at like a fucking off angle. It's really different if you're like a top player in a game, or you're a commentator in a game or something. It's really different. Like, you just come in at a weird angle, and like, you got to remember that, because like the average Twitch streamer is not like you, or not like me, or not like Mango.
For sure. They don't start with 50K Twitter followers.
Growing on Twitch is you can't do it
From
anymore.
0.
It's impossible. We have melee community, thankfully, because every melee streamer is doing pretty like. They have more subs than you would think, right? That's like the melee community special.
The special.
We might not have the viewers, but we get them subs. Do we have any topics? I feel like we is good.
Oh, we hit 9. We hit the 2-hour mark. If you know,
Like an hour and a half.
Let me think. Oh, I had one more fun thing.
So.
Background innovation. Okay, look, I look at your stream, Mango, and I see a beautiful background. Okay, I see eagle stuff. I see a shy guy. Maybe that's a fly guy.
you got the
I
dog.
see the controller. I see the camera angle. What do I have?
Got the annoying dog.
I've got
Toby.
some Jordan
My boy Toby.
back.
Yours has a character. You got shoes and a couch.
The couch I don't really like.
Bobby, I'll tell you right now, I missed the shoe rack. I liked the shoe rack. I know you didn't like it.
I know, but the
Mango, have
shoes
you
fell
heard the
off.
fucking 7 pairs of shoes story?
No.
Okay, so Bobby, he came over, we commentated fucking CLG mix-up or whatever, and Bobby was telling me how he got his whole life together. He's like, I started working out, blah, blah, blah. I had this midlife crisis. It took a bunch of months off working
out.
Stop working. Whatever. That's not the part I want. But the thing that stuck out to me, especially fucking, for some reason, Karen finds this hilarious. She cracks up about this shit. She's like, she can't get over the fact that you said, I bought 7 pairs of shoes.
I had to tell somebody,
My
Toph.
mom got mad at me. Your mom got mad at you for buying 7 pairs of shoes. The average person has a midlife crisis, they buy a fucking car. A sports car. You bought 7 pairs of shoes. That's not that big a deal, Bobby. How did your mom get mad at you for buying 7 pairs of shoes?
I told her I was thinking about buying like a $700 pair of shoes. That's why. She was like, no. don't
That's
do
not that big a deal for you. You could buy a $700 pair of shoes.
I did not do it.
I gifted you $500 for Mario Party.
It's true.
Whatever. And
was
I
ready
won
to
it back on GameStop stock.
this close to getting
Immediately.
the
I won it back in 10 minutes. Who cares? You're 34 years old. Are you 34, 33, 34? You turned 34.
34.
I just thought it was funny. I think the concept of like having a midlife crisis and buying 7 pairs of shoes is just fucking inherently funny. I just think there's something innately funny about that. If you don't find it funny, I think you're weird.
I think that I
Fuck
did
7 pairs
pass
of
my
shoes.
midlife crisis, though. I really do.
I can tell.
I think I already had it, and I'm already on the other side, which I think means that I'm crushing it.
There you
How do you have a midlife crisis at 33 and a half years old? That's pretty good.
Third life.
I think it was what normal people. This is me feeling myself a little bit, but I think that I experienced the midlife so early
I
because
got
I'm
it.
thinking I'm overthinking that much. Most people, it takes them to 50.
You're ahead of the curve.
You're out of the
That's
curve.
what I think. That's what I think, and now I'm ready to come back to Melee. I texted Mango because I actually had the experience that East Coast Scar was cryogenically frozen in my psyche, and like woke up. And that was part of my midlife crisis, was this old part of me waking up. But it turns out that it's not
What?
that clean. It's not that clean. I'm like I'm both now. I'm both. I have to be both.
Like you're.
East Coast Scar's awake, right? Because now I'm trying to play. I'm trying to play with hate in my heart. I'm trying to beat people.
You shouldn't. Well, here's my problem: is like you shouldn't try. It's like whatever happens, like whatever comes, just come. Like you shouldn't have to try to be anything.
You're right. I feel called to is a better way to put it.
I mean, I get you though. You should have heard some of the shit I was saying during my chillin' set. I streamed that.
You fucked him up, right?
No. But you fucked me up, so hey.
It was close. I think if you won game 4, it was going to be a problem.
That's how I felt about my chillin' set, yeah.
I like how the set's been mentioned like 5 times this show.
Well, I mean, it was like 2 days ago. Like it's just a
Scar's
fresh,
loving it.
it's just
Look
a
at him.
fucking fresh set. No, I'm down. I think
Look
Bobby
at him.
played. I think Bobby played really
Look
good.
at him.
Bobby, by the way, dude, I've been playing because I've been thinking about fucking Falcon.
I haven't played
nonstop.
well in a while.
I played this fucking Falcon player on ranked today, and then he came by after because I started streaming as soon as I was done. He came by, gifted me some subs, which I thought was very nice. From he's like, "Damn, you fucked me up," and I said, "Because I've been thinking about Captain Falcon nonstop since I played Squad. Nonstop." But I mean, that's how we're gonna get better. And like, dude, at the end of the day, you lose if I lose if I lose to you in one set and say, oh, that's it. I suck.
That's right.
I lost. No, because there's the fucking next tournament, and Melee, with the game's been fucking going for 20 years, like if I fucking focus on one set, you know what I mean? Like, no, it just keeps going. Melee keeps going.
It's gonna keep going. All right, last topic, and I have to ask about it. Wolf is in the game. Volleyball is in the game. Is there any world where, you know, we have new stages in a circuit, an official circuit? Is it gonna affect the core game in the next 5 years?
No.
I agree.
I feel there's no chance. I feel like the second we start adding shit, we go into it goes into an ugly thing, and then we have to worry about Nintendo, and then that's the whole thing. It's just 0%.
That's the big one for me. So like,
yeah, it's just so slippery.
I think the only thing, say there was no Nintendo or whatever, like it's just us, it's just the Melee community.
Yeah.
I'm cool at fucking with stages. I was saying in my chat, I think it'd be really cool to have
side leads.
like imagine even in the official circuit, imagine you got the 6 stages like Battlefield, Yoshi's, whatever, fucking the 5 neutrals, stadium. And then imagine like every season, like every 3 months, imagine we add one custom stage and there's like a rotation. Imagine there's like a stage rotation. That's the furthest I'd be willing to take it. Like every 3 months we swap it out and there's like the Greens custom stage or the fucking Mushroom Kingdom custom stage.
This
Whatever.
would be fine if like Leffen didn't exist, because he just makes everything annoying. So if Leffen or Cody don't exist, we can maybe get on board. But the fact that they exist is just
the foxes are fucking it for. Remember when foxes were cool, chat? Remember when foxes were cool? Remember it was fucking auto and
everybody hates
foxes are whiners now, dude. I don't whine.
Everybody hates fox players.
Anyway,
control freaks.
I would say fuck adding characters, fuck buffing or nerfing characters. We cannot do that. I would be down to fuck with stages, but there's Nintendo. So with Nintendo, like for me, I feel like the risk is just too great. Melee made it 20 years without us fucking with shit. Like if there's any risk at all that like Nintendo didn't go after LACS. Nintendo didn't go after fucking whatever the fuck tournaments since Big House. So like if we're in a good spot right now, let's sit on that. Like let's just fucking chill. That's where I'm at, is like they can fuck us really hard. I don't think they want to. I think the people at Nintendo, I think they want to look the other way. So for me, it's like, let's not give them any reason to fuck with us.
I think it showed that we're pretty much never working with Nintendo. They haven't come after anything else. It just appears.
But if we start running fucking Volleyball and Wolf and all this shit, they might, I don't know.
I mean, it's the sad reality that we'll never have a circuit. Is that just the life we have to live? Because that's what it looks like, which is sad.
It might be, but it's not so sad.
And we're fine. But it seems like we can't grow to like where we should be, and that will always be sad.
Well, you know, once development is done, you know, we're in a good spot on Slippy. You know, you could turn that into, you know, maybe Fizzy starts to be the circuit owner. You know what I'm saying?
Can you do that?
Maybe. We'll see.
I hate Nintendo.
I
have not. I was gonna rebuy a Switch and I didn't. I'm glad. The only thing that's gonna get me is a new Mario Kart. I'm gonna play it off stream though. In my room, so no one will see my shame.
Well, I'm about to play some Melee. I think this has been an excellent episode of Mango and Pals. Mango, thanks so much for penning us in. Toph,
you guys gonna play Melee or what?
I'm so happy that we did this. We'll do it more often. I'm just trying to play. I'm about to play.